So this is where they had Woodstock, right?
This is the exact place right here where they had it.
Right where we're playing?
About 300-something thousand people. Imagine that coming up these roads back then.
Just taking a little walk out into the house. It's Bethel Woods. Very pretty amphitheater. A lot like the place we played the other day. It reminds me of the Tweeter Center or Great Woods back home. Nice shed, pristine place. Apparently we're in the exact place where Woodstock took place. Wow. I'm gonna take a walk around.
Here at the site of the original Woodstock, and anyway, we're down by where I guess probably where the hog farm, did all their famous work with Hugh Romney. And it just so turns out that Brian's in here getting something to eat.
I don't think Barry even knows that this is here.
No, they were all out there eating.
Barry? Barry.
Yeah, just...
You sure?
Yeah, well, just now, who was it? It was Sibby, Ernie, Morrow... Not Barry, all right.
So maybe we should call Barry.
A little snapshot, look at that. Wow. Brian, look at it.
Now, if you remember how you got in here, you came down this road, the main highway, you go all the way across the top, and the buses are packed right in here. That's about where we are right now. The Performing Arts Center is right about here. That was Gold Cornfield then.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And this was the alfalfa field here.
This was the alfalfa field right here. This field here was 37.5 acres. Wow. We had close to 500,000 people here.
Oh, maybe even more, right?
Well, there was 1.5 million on the road trying to get in behind them.
Wow.
That's what I mean. It was just a gridlock. You just couldn't get any more people to fit in. This field, like I said, is only 37.5 acres, but you couldn't fit 500,000 people in 37.5 acres. What we mean by 500,000 here is the ripple effect from where we're standing. Otherwise, where we are right now, 2 million people are trying to get to that region.
Awesome.
This field here belonged to a farmer by the name of Max Yasgard.
Yep.
Who was a good friend of mine.
Really?
A milk farmer, right?
Yeah, dairy. Yep. Max had quite an operation. He had 7 farms, and he bottled and processed his own milk. He had his own creamery. Yeah, I worked in dairy farm too.
Did you work the event at Woodstock, or were you just in attendance?
Well, I came from a commune in Texas, and came up here and I joined forces with the hog farm.
Okay. With Hugh Romney,
Hugh,
right?
Yeah. He just turned 75. Right?
How do you like that?
Yeah. That was his name, Hugh Romney. We didn't call him Wavy Gravy. He didn't get the name Wavy Gravy until after Woodstock. B.B. King gave him that name.
We play with B.B.
Yeah. Big coat on now.
We're on the Woodstock tour
watch
here.
it, Jen.
Now this is the theater we'll be playing at tonight. It's a 15,000 seat theater, amphitheater with a lawn.
He enlisted in the United States. He quit school in the 8th grade and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He scribbled on top of his birth certificate and changed the date. He went to the Marine Corps, came out of the Marine Corps, got into repairing television, black and white TVs. Opened up a small appliance store over here. Then he stuck an antenna up in one of these little mountains over here. and wired the whole town full of, they only had one channel, they got all the channels out of New York. Well, he got into the ground floor of the cable business. He grew and grew and got bigger and bigger, went from county to county, state to state. To make a long story short, in 1996, he sold his company, which was the 4th largest cable company in the United States, called Cablevision Industries. He sold to Time Warner for $2.7 billion. And he bought this place up, bought 2,000 acres up around it, not to develop, but to keep it in its natural state. We think the world of him, because at one time this county was the 3rd most depressed county in the state of New York. Now we're coming back again, thanks to him. Good guy. He put $100 million of his own money into this thing, and it's like a give back, you know, it's a give back to the county.
What was his name?
Alan Gary.
Alan Gary.
Great guy, great guy. That water way out there behind that house, that's the lake we were swimming in over there. Behind the house, you see the water back there?
Yeah.
That house wasn't there, that barn wasn't there, none of that was there. Right now we're looking right down at the stage, right the spot area down there where the puddles are. We're right up against the road there. You look at the picture again. We're up here, looking straight down.
So we're over in this corner here.
Yeah, we're right here. We're right up here, right about here, looking straight down at the stage.
And that's that road.
That's that road there, right. And where that barn is, that barn ain't there no more. That's where this artist pavilion was, right exactly where that barn is. And there was a ramp and a bridge going over the road. Came over this way. Yep.
Right, now all our fields.
You know, that is a great. That looks like a great place because it's not just that it goes down and keeps going down. It goes down and it kind of tapers off down. That they were able to keep it flat, right?
Yeah, it does. It does, yeah.
Like almost.
But, you know, it's a lot steeper than what it looks in certain areas. It is pretty steep because you'll see with somebody sitting in front of you, they're sitting behind you. And being as wet and juicy as it was, you know, you inch ahead and you move a little bit.
Yeah, moving down.
You're way down there, and then you're pretty tight now. You know?
So where we're standing right now, were there people watching from up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We had close to 500,000 people here, man.
Yep.
That's
Right.
like a 10-foot or 12-foot fence, right?
I got the.
Show that, but then show it.
We're right up here right now, looking down that way.
Oh, okay.
You swing around, you'll see the stage area.
Tilt it in a little bit because of the glare. A little more. There it is. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, man.
And now look this way.
Perfect, dude.
Now point it down this way so you can see.
Yeah.
Straight down there where the gravel is, where the puddles are right against that road.
That's where the
That's where the stage stood. You go down there, you can breathe the same air as Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin was breathing.
Nice.
I feel like I'm already breathing.
Or maybe what Duke was breathing.
Oh, well, boy, I didn't exhale yet. At the end of the show, we had the 3rd largest helicopter fleet on the East
Going
Coast.
in and out, in and out.
We had 2 heliports. We had one there, and one just can't see it, another field up there on the other side. This one brought in the artists and their supplies and took them back and forth. And there's other heliport up there brought in supplies and took out the injured and the sick. And what I mean by the injured and the sick is, you know, if somebody had appendicitis or emergency to get out of here, they had to be airlifted. So we had medical, right. And then the biggest injury we had here was cut feet, because this whole place was so muddy and churned up. And you know, everybody, it was pretty fashionable to wear sandals back then. When your foot got stuck way down in the mud and you pulled out and the ground just ate your sandal, and now you're walking around barefoot. Different angles, and every angle you look at, it looks different. Now, what do you see what it looks like from down there? You really get different looking.
Yeah, looking up, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, or even from the side, you see how it terraces right down to a natural bowl. If Michael came out here with Max and looked out there, seen the lake, you know, seen the, oh man, you know, how much you have to have for this? Max reached into his pocket, took out a pencil, got his pad out, pulled a couple of pages, and figured out the full price. They cut the deal right here in the field.
Probably the cost of whatever the alfalfa would have cost, right? You know, whatever, you got the field,
Well,
right?
you know, when Max leased this field, he was leasing it like for 25,000 people.
Oh, that's all he thought was coming,
Yeah, that's all
right?
I thought was coming. But, you know, we never revealed how much he paid. You
It
know?
must have shit when everybody started showing up, right?
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
he really took it all in, man. He was really cool. He had a very bad, you know, he died 4 years later.
didn't he have like was a heart angina or
very
something?
bad, yeah. We thought he was an old man. He was 49 years old.
Well, that's what. Back, you know, years ago, you know, that's the way it was. I mean,
Well, they had no bypasses and all this, you know, stints and shit.
yeah.
They had none of that.
Yeah, see
See how
the
that
way
field
it's
looks
flat.
different?
Yeah, see that's a perfect place to put a stage because of how it's like a flat rise,
Yeah,
right?
well, it was built up too, a little bit the back.
You can see it.
Keep this straight. As people come and visit the site, this is a perfect. We do the monument one in here. This is a perfect overview of the whole site. People can get a look at it, you know.
It's not
Once
rain.
again, like, just look at this picture from here. You got another. Just the whole just like this, and now you can see exactly where we are. See, we're down here in this corner now. There's this road coming down here. Where these two roads meet, that's where we are. Stage is right there. See this little cove? This what we call the cove. You can see it right over there, still over there. See it? A little brown shed up in there. See a little shed?
Yep.
The little shed will be right about there. Wow. It's quite a sight, huh?
Looks quite a bit bigger from this end, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's the pictures that look back up at the crowd, right? On the album cover, right? That's what I remember. You know, looking back up like from here, sort of a fish
Yeah,
eye of the
fish eye,
stage,
yeah,
off
right.
the stage there, right?
You see these fields here? These are all cornfields here. We only had enough porta sands for 25,000 people. Those cornfields came in real handy, wasn't it?
I'll bet. I bet the crop was real good, you know.
That's 20 feet corn, man.
The next year? Yeah, there you go.
I call it the tomb of the unknown hippie. It's more like a grave than it does a monument. There's no mention of Max Yazgi on that.
Why is that?
I don't know, because the people who bought the property at that time was Louis Nicky and June Gellish.
What's
Who want their name on it?
You got all these people here. It's Brian jumping over the fence at Woodstock.
Don't spill your drink.
That's great.
This is right where the stage was, right here.
Wow, this is smaller than I think it was.
Yeah, I know. The stage.
Right now, we're just looking at the ground here. This is the stage. This is where the stage was at Woodstock. So, up along all these hills where all the people were seated in the largest and most peaceful music gathering of all time.
It was all mud when you were here, right?
Fucking A.
This was all mud.
This is it. This is where Alvin Lee, Jimi Hendrix,
Joe Cocker.
legendary performances that are etched into the...
Sha-na-na.
Yeah. What?
Lenny Baker, true story, came over to my house when I got out of the Army in 1971 over in Marblehead, Mass, and I had a
He's
beanbag.
coming right down.
Lenny Baker sat on it and flattened it.
Purple's coming out now.
You guys want to head back?
Yeah.
No, let's soak it up a little bit.
I want to go back.
What's the rush? We're just leaving anyway.
I know, but how many more
Tony will
times?
leave it out.
How many more times are we going to get to hear the purples?
Because they kept two areas of green off to the sides. See, and that would be right there and right there. The two big fat areas.
Listen, Highway Star.
That's probably how Woodstock sounded to them on the top of the hill. Right? Is that right, Barry?
Less low end.
Yeah.
We're taking a walk out to a monument one more time.
Hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground. And it's-
Ernie,
Yes.
what chord is this?
I don't think it really is a chord.
Is it, Barry?
Well, if it's any chord, it's the Jimi Hendrix chord. So it could be. Could be.
Inverted, yeah,
it'd
lefty.
have to- now, this would have to be above this. This finger would have to be above this finger.
There it is, the Jimi Hendrix chord right there. Yeah, maybe?
Yeah, this finger has to be above this finger because it's on the same
everybody's
side.
fingers are different.
Well, how about that finger?
Yeah, but
We're number one.
I think it's a D minor
69.
because that is.
The saddest.
Remember my birthday very well.
1969, I was 11.
You were here on the 14th or the 15th. Did you come a day early?
I was here on the first day. Well, it took a whole day to get
Right.
here. I left
Just
the
to
day
be able to
before.
keep it.
All right. So you showed up on the 15th.
It was like, you know, late in the morning, midday, the first day. There was already music. You know, when we pulled out the 2-lane road.
Yeah.
I think that's about as far as I got. Because the music and everything was over the phone.
Yeah, it was great, really good. You know what's great about it is, you know, back then there wasn't these. You know what I mean? And so they had to do it all on. Oh, really? You know, which is crazy. I mean, crazy expensive. You know, so just having the forethought to do that. I was thinking, you know,
Up over the hill is Deep Purple.
you're going to want to have this documented, I guess. And that's the treasure that
Blood, sweat, and tears. I never saw that.
all that.
Well, it was a great trip. Signing off here from Bethel Woods, the hallowed ground of where the Woodstock Music Festival was held.
Well, that. I'm just
See you later.
It's like Dio. Which case is next? D10. They're all D10.
Well, we're heading down the road now, and it is raining cats and dogs, just like it was back in the original days of Woodstock. And so we'd like to think that, you know, it rained in Woodstock for the Automatics too. I'm sure rain on a windshield's no strange sight to you, right, Jethro?
Not on nights like this.
So how far of a drive we got tonight?
38 miles. We'll stop at the hotel and let you gentlemen get your deserved rest after a show like that. Deserved.
Thanks, Jethro.
Yeah. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, they might be labeled with the title opening act, but they're nothing but a class act. That's exactly what they are.
Oh, thanks, Jethro.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bunch of gentlemen.
Well, we've had a great time having you looking over us, watching over us, getting us to where we need to be, because if we didn't have a good bus driver, it wouldn't be very much fun.
Thanks for the fire. Oh, it's coming down. My goodness.
Show people what you see.